하기보다는 좀더
동선!
비욘드.
템트! 와!
비욘드가
그리고 블레스까지!
진짜 잘하네요.
페이지! 맞습니다!
이건 지금 약간 이거를 또 패스를 또 했어요. 자, 그리고 밀. 비욘드 진짜 잘해요. 네.
썸머 시즌에 첫 승을 올리게 돼서 되게 기분 좋고요.
착한 척이야. 아 진짜 뭐야? 우리도 맞아서. 그러니까 가식적이야.
서로 팀원끼리 그 정보 교류가 많아서 이제 챔피언에 대한 이해도도 넓어지고 했었던 것 같아요.
그게 또
착한 컨셉으로 밀고 가네. 그러니까. 그냥 우리 숙소에 와딩캠 있었으면 쟤 그냥 끝났는데. 그냥 끝났어. 왜 우리한테는 저렇게 상냥하게 말 안 해줘? 이거 원래 웬일이에요? 컨셉이에요. 컨셉이에요 진짜. 컨셉. 언제부터 공부라고 그러니까. 그래. 공부라고 한 적이 있어. 그래. 오랜만에 이름 불러본다. 난 선수인. 유리야 선수다. 그래. 한생 탑으로 불러. 양심 어딘가에 떨어진 거 아니야? 양심 저기 부스에 떨어뜨리는 거 같은데? 착한 척 소스프레이 하긴 그냥 그럼 날씨로 부르니까 오랜만이야. 형이 공개도 그 업무가 했잖아. 오징어를 먹으면 이긴 거 같아요. 오징어도 이긴 맞아. 저희가 이 오징어 때문에 이겼습니다. 어제 이 오징어 만원어치 사가지고 같이 나눠 먹었는데 정말 좋은 효과인 것 같아요.
And we're back on LCK Summer. Ian gets the MVP, 100% kill contribution. All right, whatever.
Well, easy to get the MVP when the opposing mid laner counterpicks himself.
That helps, yeah.
Also, beyond just doing his job, realizing, hey, I can just repeatedly gank this guy and he's going to go down.
Yep. Man, that was a game unlike many we've had this season.
It's kind of sad. This was like watching the Rocks Tigers pick Vladimir Swain into Ezreal in India versus SK Telecom 2 games in a row. I just have no idea what CJ thought they were going to accomplish with this draft. And not only that, but they just play entirely. Look, if your goal is to get into the late game and play this Kassadin, that's fine, but you don't take a Rift Herald fight in 19 minutes and then let them get a 20-minute Barret.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it's not often when you can look at a pick and ban and say, well, they are going to get massively destroyed because of this, and then they do get immediately massively destroyed because of it.
Not even a perfect game from MVP, like we discussed.
No.
They actually gave up a few kills when they tried to group in the mid lane because they didn't execute it properly. I think the timing was good, but the Taric flank under the turret was disastrous. All you had to do is group up as 5. They made it more complicated than it needed to be.
I think the problem here is that Reach was a Protoss player. Protoss has units that like to blink and kind of like teleport around a bit. You know, not so much in StarCraft 1,
Yeah,
but
not when he
that's
played.
but it's a principle thing, you know? He's got these Protoss blinking urges. You know?
Reach and his blinking urges.
Yep, but he looked like a Dragoon trying to walk up a ramp in that game.
Apt description of Brood Wardora. All right, well, Gangplank and Talia once again will be the first bans, as they have been through the entirety of this series. Question we have for MVP is whether they go for the TF ban on the red side, which they did not do in game number 1. All right, so Same ban so far on the blue side for CJ ENTUS, and they will go for the TF, so they'll drop the Shen or the Sivir ban, depending.
Alright, there's a Varus ban coming in from CJ, not wanting to deal with that from Ian again.
Yeah, but they don't ban Ashe like they did in game number 1, so if you're MVP at this point, I say you just let everything go through. Italy's still available, that was CJ's first pick, and you definitely can't let Beyond have that, so I just leave the Italy up. You can see MVP really thinking about this one.
I agree though, I mean,
Just, okay, they're going to ban Hecarim.
okay, which is essentially leaving everything up.
Yeah. We have not seen Beyond play the jungle Hecarim, but Haru we have. So, Italy, are you going? You have to take Italy here. You cannot let Beyond have Italy. That is not optional, CJ.
Is it time, I wonder, to bring out the
No, it's time to bring out Beyond's Italy.
Oh, I guess so. Well, if they pick the Shen, it certainly is.
Look, I think Shai has been doing a good job of dealing with the Shen with the Gnar. I think it's much more important that you take away than Italy from Beyond, who we've seen just take over games without champion.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay.
You're gonna take the Shen anyway, though.
Well, that was predictable. Sivir
Yep.
and Italy will be the picks. First time Sivir has made it through the pick and ban phase. And of course, we'll be happy. Okay, well, CJ picks Ashe. All right, well, we have a spell shield at least for that. Eventuality. Kramer could go with the Jhin. He could also play the Lucian again and just try and win the lane.
The Jhin might not be a bad idea. Kramer here.
At the very least, one of the upsides for CJ is they took away the Gangplank lane counter pick away from ADD, and he has been successful in that GP into the Shen before.
What if you just grab the Lucian here, actually, if you're CJ?
Yeah, I think Lucian, you can definitely just try and win lane. You can play Lucian Bard or something like that and just go hard in the laning phase.
Go hard with the Bard.
Go hard with the Bard.
That's right.
That's what Crepo does, I'm pretty sure.
Mad Life wants to do too. Cripple goes hard with the Bard.
Or it gets hard with the Bard. I'm not sure which one it is, really.
I wasn't gonna go there. You did. You went right there, immediately.
Why waste time?
Yeah, I suppose just cut out the middleman. I appreciate your directness. It's going to be the Kindred for the jungle on the CJ side, I guess. And
This
we
year-
know Mumu's not going to pick.
This year, Kindred has been CJ's best pick in the jungle. They do kite nicely around the Lamb's Respite. They have multiple forms of stasis now. Part of the Kindred together.
So, Mumu and then Yasuo, the others.
I think you just go with the Trundle again. Why not? Shen's going to build pure tank in that lane so you can win the split push.
Get funky and picks and bans, right? I'll start Trundle.
A little bold to pick Sivir Alistar, considering that the Lucian Bard could still come through here and absolutely dominate you in the early parts of the lane.
I've got a feeling the Lucian is
I would
very
definitely do
likely,
it.
yeah.
I would definitely do it now that I've seen both Sivir and Alistar.
Yep, there's Lucian.
Play Mordekaiser, let's go.
All right.
A pick that we haven't seen in a long time, boy.
Well, I mean, as far as Korea goes, it was like Worlds last year. Yeah. That was a weird time, wasn't it?
It was a bad time. It was a bad time. Let's not release any giant game-changing patches immediately before the World Championship with no professional leagues in session to check if perhaps Juggernauts and Mordekaiser are super broken.
Turns out it didn't really change the eventual result. You know, we knew what was going to happen, and it happened.
Still, not very much fun to watch, though.
I don't know why you go for the, well, he's going for the Callista, okay.
Still lane dominant, and we've seen Callista almost exclusively as a Sivir counter pick this season. And they will go for a Lissandra.
Yeah.
They are blind picking a Lissandra, so will MVP simply go for, well, we have seen Karthus in some other regions.
Huh. That'd be interesting. And MVP, you know, has been the team this season with the unexpected picks.
I think it's safer here if you do something like Azir and just play, Azir with Cleanse, which is what he's going to do.
But maybe a bit of a preview for something we we see down the line from KT, or from MVP.
Oh my
rather.
god. The manner Cassidy would be so real, Doa. I would love to see that. Obviously a much better matchup for Cassidy, but still you have to be worried about getting locked up by the Lissandra ult in the mid game. And I think that
Alright, need to go with these two though.
why not just take Cleanses? That's the safe pick.
Well, you know what? It's almost like MVP wants to win this series.
You know what else is interesting, Doa? What? Guess who doesn't have wave clear again?
I'm gonna guess CJ? Yeah, I thought so.
Lissandra's going to have to get uncomfortably close to clear waves with the Q, and that means that, of course, the Sivir, Italy, and Azir can easily poke her out if she tries to defend turrets. And again, their one form of wave clear is dependent on an early hurricane from Kramer.
Well, it did not work very well last game.
No, it didn't. Definitely not the same level of pressure, obviously, in this game, but Ian has another easy lane. I mean, this is a winning lane. So it's going to depend on Sky's ability to TP and make plays in the side lanes. Now, much easier to do that early with Lissandra, obviously, so this is a big improvement already. Would have much rather seen the Lissandra than the Kassadin in the last game, because at least you can make picks early on instead of waiting for Rod of Ages to scale you into the late game. Because you just have so much crowd control that you can dive turrets. So I like this better, and you can also just use it with the Shen to dive and try and get Kramer ahead, and that has to be the goal here. Diving extremely strong from CJ. They can lock up the turret with the stasis from Mad Life, of course survive with the Lamb's Respite. This is, they've got to make plays out. It's got to be in the bottom lane too, pretty much.
All right, well, CJ takes it. Game number 3, CJ versus MVP. It's go time. All right. Welcome to Summer's Rift for the final game of the evening between CJ and MVP.
Beads galore once again for ADD.
That's right.
So he's just going to try and trade early.
Wow.
And see if he can get a little bit of advantage. Let's try to recall. And MVP, man, if they start to group again, if they get into a point where they can 4-1 split push and just siege with the Nidalee Sivir and the Azir, CJ, there isn't counterplay besides like fantastic Lissandra flanks into the back line and big time commitment into a team fight. Now they have a lot of engaged tools, Lissandra and Bard and Fate's Call, so they can do it, but they will have to be decisive. And we are going to see an attempt at a lane swap here, but will be called by CJ.
Looking that way. All right. Well, Sky, I mean, he looked so good on Natalia in their match against Janair. Today, suffering a little bit more, of course. Had that TF in game 1. Was okay. Game 2 was pretty rough on the Kassadin. Now,
He got camped in game number 1. So.
He said that's why he did okay.
Yeah.
He did okay.
So Jungle helping out here in the early part of the jungle. ADD. It's the lane a smidge late.
So what do you think it was like when the great ninja masters bestowed the glowing spirit sword or whatever on
Of
Shen?
Blunty?
Blunty, when they gave Blunty Shen
I think they gave it to him as a joke, Doa.
Well, here's this magic sword. And Shen's like, wow, a magic sword, that's awesome, thank you. I mean, what does it do? Does it like, can it cut through anything? Does it light on fire? Does it like get 3 times bigger when I need to fight large things? They're like, well, no, it pretty much stays in place and then sometimes flies right at you.
Yeah, flies at people, but it not point first.
Yeah, no,
Just sort of smacks them in the head with the hilt.
Scoots over, to where you are. So, well.
It can make you dodge things for about 2 seconds, then after those 2 seconds are up, you just get stabbed.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing.
I really think that they were trying to get him killed, because by having a giant glowing sword that is basically useless on combat missions, I mean, it just made him stand out. It's like putting a neon sign on him if he's a ninja. So they were really just, it was an elaborate plot to end his life.
Maybe it's like just a hazing thing for the ninjas wherever he goes to ninja school. They're like, you give him the giant glowing sword, like, yeah, we get him to him. You're gonna send him on a mission? Yeah, man. We're gonna send him to Summoner's Rift with that stupid thing. It's like, yeah, good luck, Shen. Sucker.
I just think that, because you know the lore, wasn't Shen's dad like a ninja that was killed by Zed or something?
No, it's like it was like a Ryu Ken thing where they had like a master. It wasn't really their dad.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think Ryu Ken's master got killed. But you get the idea. There were two guys in the master.
Oh, okay.
Same thing.
It's like, well, Shen, I guess he technically like went to this ninja school for a number of years, but we can't get rid of him, so what are we going to do? They're like, oh, well, just give him blood tea until he dies. Just wait for him to die.
Uh-oh, TP coming in, Kramer low health. Maybe they can exploit this. There's ADD, great pillar, forcing Kramer to flash right over it. Haru comes in as well, though, turning it around on the MVP. Now like very low. Whoa, Shy goes deep. Max gets very low, but the Ignite does not finish him off. Beyond finally getting to the fight. There's a kill off the bat already for MVP. One in response, though, Kramer picking it up with the Ren on that Callista. Now Beyond on the run over the wall. A spear on the Mad Life might do it. Oh, barely misses, though. And the auto attack coming in. There's a kill, though, for Maha. This is such a brawl, man. There goes Kramer, and MVP turning it back around onto CJ again. And they will come out ahead 3-1 in kills.
Yeah, Beyond played that so well.
Yeah.
Also, ADD getting there early, as you said, with the pillar and setting up that play. And he just snuck right out of lane so that Shen wasn't there. He pushed up, and then they prepped this play. So great map awareness here from MVP. Haru, fortunately for CJ, was there. But Shy misses that taunt, just doesn't hit ADD, and Max flashes it. Well, Beyond tries to flash onto Mad Life, who actually does barely escape and manage to get a heal. And they try and turn it around. Okay, they got some spears in, and double buffs now for Kramer. But they come back in, and remember, Beyond just popping over the wall, and they can't see him. Maha flashes for the auto, can't quite kill Mad Life again. And then Beyond just comes back over with that red buff, gets on top of Kramer. Kramer can't do anything. Just, man, Beyond was amazing in that team fight. And Mad Life is super lucky he didn't die instantly when he came in.
Yeah. Oh, good start for MVP already.
He had like 1 health when Beyond jumped on top of him.
Luckily, he had his 80 carry there to soak the tip.
He has Sunfire Cape, and he has no wave pressure, so now ADD is the boss of the lane. All right, Kramer is building Hurricane first. This is smart. He knows this is pretty critical to his team's ability to clear the wave. So again, I think he's making the right decision.
They do get some damage onto that top lane turret. Not a lot though. ADD just doing a bit of dirty farming.
What are you going to do? You can't do anything if you're in this situation. ADD is super far ahead. Beyond is also super far ahead. So you have to be so scared that Beyond is going to come and solo your jungler.
Look at this.
I love ADD. I love his banner Ogreckers. I love his proxy farm dancing.
He's great, man.
Got such style. And, oh, man.
Certainly does.
There's some salt in the wound for you.
Yeah.
Salt, the old jungle wound, taking away Scuttle Crab.
It's a jungle wound. Maybe it's more like snakes.
I think there are a lot of nasty
poison dart frogs in the wound.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Sounds bad.
It does.
All right, well, Haru's going to be happy that Beyond actually isn't in that side of the jungle right now. Beyond is actually looking for a counter gank in the top side because he knows that CJ is going to be desperate to try and make plays around the Callisto because that is the one thing they have going for them right now.
Engage on the Mad Light. The big damage there. Kramer hops in.
I would not do that.
Yeah, forces the Sivir ultimate out of Maha just to get away from that one.
Yeah, they can't actually fight in that 2v2.
It's awkward.
It's not worth the pink ward save either because now they have a recall where they're going to fall further behind. Not by a lot, but by a little bit. And CS, meanwhile, ADD is just smacking Shy around. Oh boy, this is Sam. If I'm beyond, I just say, all right, you're playing Sivir in the top side. You just sit under your turret and wave clear with your boomerang blade and your ricochet. I'm going bottom, setting up a bajillion wards and letting ADD proxy farm all day.
Yeah, you think you could?
Oh, you definitely can.
DP going for it though. Trying it. Proxy farming all day.
This is a bit risky. No wards. Although he does have one by the Raptors, so I guess he feels safe enough.
I suppose. I mean,
They get another one down right now. He's gonna find a pink ward, maybe.
or not.
Nope, he's just replaced. Nope, what's he doing?
Check it.
He's ganking.
Oh, but there's nobody in the mid lane to gank though.
Yeah, Beyond needs to get out of here. This is silly. He was close to dying if he had committed to going after Mad Life.
Well,
ADD running in a circle.
he just takes a lap around the map. The rhyme was not intended. Oh, headbutt profiles onto Kramer. That's a lot of damage coming in from Maha. They get the flash right away. Ignite used as well. Kramer will live.
Trying to punish him for Mad Life being out of lane. Oh man, Haru leashed that Gromp up away from the spawn.
It's probably a good idea.
Was definitely a good idea. The spear coming in over the wall. ADD. Oh my god, this is such a train wreck now.
Look away.
Look away, CJ fans. It's alright, CJ fans. At least you're not Longzhu fans. You got that going
Yeah,
for
that
you.
is true. You do have the advantage of not being Longzhu fans.
But
Somewhere Mach Nude is just not improbable. Like, alright, yeah, but he's not deep enough. He's not farming between the second and third turrets.
maybe going that direction. If I was ADD, I would seriously be thinking about that right now. And the reason why is the reason that Mach Noon gave in the interview as to why he did that. Because he wanted the jungler to come down. And when you have an incredibly far ahead 2v2 of top and jungler at this point in the game, why the hell not? Why not do it? The one thing that's stopping them is that Sky is playing Lysandra with teleport. If that was not true, you really seriously start to think about making that play.
Makes sense. That play that we're talking about ended with Mach Noon recalling from inside the enemy base after being untouched.
He was sitting there, just trying to get Insect to come find him. And Insect refused to go to that lane and help Long Panda.
He refused to even come into his base.
Yeah. Well, he was trying to actually to Insect's credit, he was attempting to get other members on his team an actual advantage in that scenario.
I suppose. But man, the shame of having a Rengar, top lane Rengar, farming in your own base, and then just recalling untouched.
It's one of my favorite moments of Champions ever.
Definitely one of the great moments of Champions, for sure.
I do detect some of the Mach Noon tendencies towards styling, though, from ADD.
That's good.
He did buy the Ohm Wrecker on Shen in the last game and show up in the base with it to use it once on the last
20-minute Ohm Wrecker. A flash taken from ADD after that Tempered Fate is used by Mad Life.
lane swap coming through now as MVP does take the Mountain Drake, and it's going to be happy snowballing their advantages with Drakes and trading turrets.
Quick to Shen, and then he just sit behind his turret.
Trumble's pretty damn good at it too. When you get a 6-minute Tiamat, you can clear the wave so quickly.
Does help.
Trying to save their tier 2 right now, and they'll be able to do it. Ian will come out with a helping. That's going to cause them to back off. No, I won't say no wards. There is one ward.
Actually, pretty threatening there for a moment.
They've got to, if CJ wants a chance at this game, they've got to make a play with the Lysandra the Shen soon. Beyond 72 to 47 CS. That's nice. Not that far ahead.
Yep, a little bit of a lead for Ian, the mid lane as well.
And well, that's going to happen naturally because you can't fight over every CS if you're Sky playing Lysandra. You make up for that gold by using your TP to kill people in the side lanes, which he has not done.
Not yet. still a little bit up in CS over Shy. Shy should get a good amount right here.
ADD getting real scary. It's Vamp Scepter, so maybe we're having a Cypher this game.
Yeah, could be.
Going for the aggressive option.
I like it. Believe it or not. So a bit of a lull in the action at the moment. MVP though with a good chance to take out this mid lane turret. It's only got about half its health.
No wave clear. Hurricane not done yet.
Yep, Tempered Fate catches Ian. And they don't finish off the turret. Oh, okay, well now the turret does go down. Kramer hopping in there with Sandra does not get pushed back by the Emperor's Vibe. Max is going to get taken out.
Why would you ult Ian? He still had cleanse up. I suppose their choices were Spell Shield Silver or the Azir, but the burst just isn't there yet. He just finished Rod of Ages, so he's still waiting for that item to stack. And that doesn't accomplish a whole lot. Sky flashed for that too. I mean, you just don't even flash for that in the first place. There's no way you get a kill.
They got the kill onto Max at least.
Well, yeah, but after that, you're not going to get any follow-up, and that's a perfectly fine trade if you're MVP. And look at the pressure. Azir turret coming in right now. This guy, no ultimate, no flash on him, so I'm not sure what he's going to do. It's going to be the great proxy wars of Summoner's Rift, I guess.
Apparently.
Cassandra's proxying. They're going to go for this Rift Herald, which is going to be beautiful to have on ADD. CJ now attempting to take turrets and get Kramer further ahead, but he's not really ahead at all in this one. Was successful in grabbing some kills in that gank, and Sky going to poke at this turret, pick up 100 gold for himself, why not?
Now, a little less than a minute until the next dragon. We didn't see which one that is exactly yet. I'm sure we will soon.
Ian going for an interesting build, double Ruby Crystal, so going for raw stats just to avoid the burst damage from Sky.
Well, he's got the Nationalist tooth already, so he's got that attack speed. Suppose you can just go for a little bit more health after that.
Yep, sure, and of course, the Nationalist tooth Raleigh is going to be a very good build.
Yeah.
In this game.
And it's Cloud Drake. Okay.
Too useful for either of these teams. Maybe slightly more useful for CJ as a pick-oriented composition.
Perhaps.
Well, ADD now even further ahead. Chilling out in this top lane, and I really can't do much of anything against this. It's already started to get some both armor and magic resistance, so he'll be well suited for the team fights that occur as well. Beyond is really far ahead and for Rylai's himself.
Yep, here comes another one. Yep. Not connected to that, but yeah, he's already got that needlessly large rod. Looks like he's going for Rylai's himself as well.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to walk into a bush though. Face checks that, has to flash away, dodges the temporary fate, but maybe a little bit of a boost there.
I wouldn't have thrown out the Tempered Fate that early. Once you get the flash out, you can just wait for it if you are going to contest, but they don't have any control over the bottom side of the map. They have to go back right to their tier 2. And now hopping around with his finally completed Ruin's Hurricane.
It's a big buy though for CJ.
Yeah, huge.
They need that.
We may actually get this Cloud Drake.
Alright. I don't think MVP's too concerned about that though.
No, they do not appear to be. But they are going to collapse eventually. Just watch it die, I suppose. My life has a magical journey, so no threat.
And another Cloud
occurring.
coming out.
I really think MVP could have pressured that a little bit more. They walked in the mid lane with a lot of people just to clear the wave. And they certainly had deep vision, so they knew that there was a chance that it was going to be done right there.
Spears doesn't take. And the risk runner is tough.
He has a nice exoskeleton though.
I guess so.
feels that he's far enough ahead, he can go for the offensive item and still be a defensive item up on Shy. So why not just try and push even harder and enact that 4-1 split push. While the rest of MVP just waiting to group up right now and really start to take this one home.
If they've got the time, they can just sit back, be methodical, and that's about it.
They basically dictate where Kramer goes on the map because they need him for that wave clear. Maha going for the Infinity Edge again. I must say that I do disagree with this build. I think the Essence Reaver first is actually better for Sivir in this situation because you want the cooldown reduction because you want to throw out as many ricochets and boomerang blades as you can in a siege just to poke with the Azir and the Nidalee. So going for big crits in the team fight. I mean, ideally with this composition, though, you don't even want a team fight at all. You just want to poke and take a turret. So not really liking the Infinity Edge.
Ian's got the blue buff for MVP. I didn't see if they managed to steal the other one away. Not sure.
Why is Trundle not in the same lane as Shy?
He's hanging out mid lane, I guess.
Interesting choice. I think that they just need to match the Shen as much as possible, particularly when the ADD does have his TP up and available. Just group up and make a play on the mid lane when they can. So the Azir passive actually a bit of a waste right there because they weren't able to fully commit to the siege.
Oh, Beyond gets found though. Gets away, but it's another occasion where Beyond kind of
gets a Rylai's and Merc Treads like.
I suppose he's not too worried about it.
No, and he's going to go for Abyssal Scepter next. There's just not enough damage on Sky to really do anything. He is not concerned. He has plenty of MR. I suppose it could be a QSS too. With the no magic. Should be another goodbye.
Yeah, he helps him get out. The taunt out of the side roll. Here's a split push from ADD, and there's not a lot that Shy can do to stop that right now.
And here we go. Now they have the threshold. Now they have the right lanes. Now Max is here to hunt people away.
Yep, Pulverize on the Mad Life Nook is pulled into the Fate's Call. The turret does go down. Ian taking that one out. ADD knocked up with that Fate's Call. Trying to save the Trundle. They can't do it though. Tempered Fate doesn't hit anybody. And MVP, I think they'll be okay with that trade.
Yeah, of course. You get the turret, it's worth more at this time. CJ may have to try some sort of desperate Baron, but I mean, they've got 25 seconds basically, and TP is up for ADD, but this is like their one shot to win this game.
Well, they're thinking about going for it. Okay, they will start that Baron. MVP just needs to stop them. Max taking a bit of damage on the outside of the fight. Beyond misses his first spear. Here comes Maha though, and this Sivir could do a lot of work on the CJ. Second spear comes in. Beyond, look at this. Seal, he gets it. Seals that Baron away. Big effort survive comes in from Ian. Lamb's spike drops down, keeps a couple of people alive for the moment. But MVP gonna find some kills afterwards. One comes in, two come in for Sky. But double kill for the Sasandra. Wow, that was a sick cosmic binding, actually.
Mad Life on the run, Noah.
This was good.
And Max coming around the flank.
Oh, well.
Oh, nice flash.
Hey, Mad Life is pretty good at League of Legends. He's not going to be alive, but he is good at the game. So, Baron does get taken by MVP. They do lose two people. But ADD, I mean, how are you going to stop this Trundle now?
No, you can't.
You can't.
The silver lining is that when that steal occurred, ADD was not alive, so he didn't actually get the Baron buff, which is very important given how much this Trundle has already dominated this gen. I don't even know how this happens though. There is a rend in this game.
Yeah, right.
That should never happen, ever, with the Callista. So that's pretty terrible from CJ.
I don't know, you want to talk about salt in the wounds. That is about as salty as it gets right there.
Well, CJ really only have themselves to blame. Like, losing a Baron when you have Callista is appalling.
Salt in their own wounds. And Mad Life, a great chase.
A great chase indeed.
Good chance, you know. And so, looking like coming in. Whoa, okay, never mind. They're going to grab Haru first.
Good play by Ian.
Yeah, Ian with good efforts to divide there to set that one up. very quickly eliminating the Kindred. And that's going to make it even easier for MVP to move in onto this mid lane.
No wave clear, so no way to defend this.
Yep.
Basically, if you're CJ, you made a choice that you were going to make TP picks with the Shen and the Lissandra in the early game, and if you got those, then you got objectives. But if you start to fall behind, well, you actually can't withstand the pressure that MVP is going to put on as a team. You just can't do it.
I mean, I suppose you can't really fault CJ too much for trying to put more emphasis on the early game since they've had some success there recently, and MVP is known as a team that doesn't have a strong early game.
But MVP really played it beautifully. We have to go back, turn back the clock in this game to when ADD quickly pushed the wave and then just got the TP drop onto the top lane. That was very well done. Great planning to punish Kramer and Mad Life for overextending.
Well, the bottom inhibitor for it is gone now. Silver ultimate pop, Mad Life very low health. They can maybe pick up a kill there. Sky kind of on his own. He's going to ult himself, which is not going to result in a whole lot. Baha on the outside of this fight, able to throw in as much damage as he wants, and that's going to be another inhibitor going down. No kills for MVP, but they don't need the kills. They'll be perfectly happy taking these objectives.
Yeah, and ADD will be perfectly happy buying another own record, though.
Yep.
It's the Raptor Cloak.
Nah.
Why not indeed? Where is it?
Could be Zerat's.
No, it's definitely Ohm Wrecker. We know this about ADD now. He is the king of the Ohm Wrecker.
Wants to wreck you with ohms. Wrecker yet. They will get a second Cloud Drake in the game, though. Trundle screams in happiness.
Oh, he loves ohms.
This is an homage to Ohm, the former MVP top lane. An homage.
It was definitely an homage.
Yep.
Okay. Well, this one's pretty much over. I don't know. CJ this series, though, it's like they won game one, even though they
Probably shouldn't have won game one.
they definitely should have in the early stages, but they didn't play it properly.
They're all right. ADD, CJ looking for a pick. ADD gets ulted by Lissandra, just going to flash out of there. Oh, no, he does not live. Haru, though, maybe soon to fall into the afterlife. Sand United comes in to keep him alive. Max looking for that big engage from the side. Headbutts Sky away. Doesn't find the pulverize, though. He used that flash to get it, too.
Wow. It took them so long to kill ADD right there. And in the end, they can't even defend their tier 2 turret or do anything as a result. So, okay, they get a kill, but it actually just is a net loss for them because they have to fall back to their Nexus because of the time it took. Super Minions already pushing in, and MVP not to turn at all. Still have TP up in 10 seconds.
Shy in the front lines, looking for a chance to maybe go in with the top.
This is the end of the game right here. There's nothing that can be done.
Yeah, last inhibitor falls. Teleport, bringing ADD back in again.
Has his own wrecker. Hooray!
There it is. That's why he died. He had to go back and buy the own wrecker. Now I get it. Shy. Having fade onto him for some reason. And the Emperor's Divide pushes Kramer away from just
Own wrecker!
That's right. The turrets can do nothing. Just like CJ can do nothing in this fight. Nice three-man pulverize from Max. That's going to set up the end of the game right here. Beyond comes in. That Nidalee doing very well. Double kill for Ian in the end. And that is going to be it. So MVP winning 2-1 here at the end of all things. And that is it. MVP just keeps winning. And CJ, pretty rough series for them. The big man. And the actual game itself, too.
Well, I think we saw Sky a little bit exposed in this series. Remember, this is why they went to BDD in the first place. He just doesn't have very many champions that he can play. A very shallow pool. And when that happens, and you've been discovered, and Talia and TF are banned, well, you play Cassidy and Varus, I guess.
I don't know. Pretty ugly series if you're a CJ fan.
It was
CJ player.
It was real ugly for CJ. Like I hate to see that happen to them, but they weren't doing themselves any favors in the latter two games in the draft phase. And
yeah. not the cleanest performance by MVP either, but you know, a win is a win, and they'll be happy to take that one.
They got one win in 24 minutes and one win in 28 minutes. So even though they had their flaws, they still pushed their advantage hard enough to win very decisively. But at the same time, CJ just basically, if the snowball started for MVP, they had no tools to stop it whatsoever. So they were pretty much guaranteed to get run over.
Pretty much. And it's tough. Kramer looking pretty despondent there.
Well, they're still ahead of Longzhu, though, so.
That is true. At the end of the day, at least they're not Longzhu. There's a silver lining, you know. That is true. Well, I mean, they did damage because they got ahead.
Yep, pretty much.
Champions did that damage. I don't know.
That is a true story. Well, MVP takes home the 2-1 victory and continue to take a stab at maybe being a lower playoff team.
Yeah, I think honestly MVP they've got a shot. Not maybe not to the semis or anything like that, but they've got a shot to actually make the playoffs. Jan gets the MVP.
He was great. I mean, his niddly play in that skirmish in the top lane at the start of the game really started to snowball. And
he's a fantastic niddly player.
Yes, he is, and he's creeping on Smeb here.
Yeah, he is. I mean, a lot of MVPs going over to Beyond this season for good reason, and here's that very early play.
I'm trying to. Oh yeah, it looks like the Longzhu TV wasn't available, so that's not even an option.
Yeah. You can use it after a recall. A bit later to clean this one up.
So yeah, I mean, just watching Beyond play this team, this little skirmish was beautiful. Just pops and gets the little bit of damage onto Mad Life, pops over the wall, hits the spear onto Kramer, so he can get right back over with the pounce. Finishing it up, the final spear at point-blank range, and of course this.
Baron steal. He even got ulted there, he just smoked right through it. Smote.
How does that even happen, though, with Rend in the game?
I don't know.
It just pops right back in, he's like, ooh.
When you've got the Calista, you've got the Kindred, and yet the Baron is stolen away by the Sandra ulted Nidalee. Just sits there and hits smite. So it's a rough day.
Yeah, I didn't see when the Kindred ult actually went down right there, but it looked like it was after the Baron had been taken, so. Possibility, and now just the end of the game. Another ohm wrecked.
Yep.
By ADD.
Broken ohm. There he is, Beyond. As we saw in that little segment, a very nice guy. Let's see what nice things he has to say in this MVP interview that Steven will be translating for us. Take it away.
Thank you very much. So I'm Monte for a great cast for today's match. And now we're moving into interview booth with a winner of today's match, MVP. And let's hear from our two MVP for today's match, Ian and Beyond. First of all, congratulations for both of you. So Ian, tell us about how do you feel about today's match? Ian simply say, I'm very happy to win today's match. He says it's quite, interview is pretty hard. Ian had last time he said I'm gonna destroy all the lane. He said he have shown a lot of passionate interview before, but he's kind of shy right now. So now Dongjun said in Sangam Stadium only Beyond had an interview. It's first time for you. And